Since the college football season ended, it was still very clear that Trevor Lawrence would go number 1 overall, and whoever landed the 2 spot would get Justin Fields as a consolation prize. But even that almost seemed to be 1A and 1B. But that all slowly changed. After the season, people started looking at film and really saw the star that was Zach Wilson, which I am totally okay with. I'm glad his talents got discovered, but then Fields, without taking another snap, starts to fall down the draft boards. Mac Jones is better. Trey Lance is better. The 49ers trade up to 3 and aren't even considering Fields. What the hell is going on? And now all of a sudden, I think the worst thing that happened to Justin Fields is his NFL comparison is Dak Prescott. Justin Fields ain't no damn Dak Prescott, and in today's video, we're going to cover why Justin Fields has slipped in the draft and actually see if it's credible or not. But first and foremost, we need to talk about why Justin and Dak is a horrible comparison. First, let's talk about physically, because this is the only way I can justify why people would make this lazy comparison. They're about the same height, they're about the same weight, and they're both light-skinned quarterbacks, and that's about the only rookie comparison I can see. When people say, oh, Dak is mobile too and can run just like Justin, no, these are two very different runners. Justin Fields ran a 4.44 40-yard dash at his pro day, stumbled both times, and was very disappointed in his time. I believe that he thought and would run and has run a high 4.3, but let's keep the original time. Dak ran a 4.68 at the combine, so yes, he is a mobile guy, but that is a night and day difference. That is a 0.24 difference in time. And to give some reference, I know this is a pretty bad and biased example, but the difference between Peyton Manning's 40 time and Johnny Manziel's 40 time is 0.12. Double the difference between Justin and Dak. I feel like we rarely even talk about Justin Fields and his legs, and he would come into the league as the fastest quarterback outside of Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, and we lazily still compare the two. Also, it wasn't 2 years ago that Dak was still a very dependent quarterback. The Cowboys were run by Zeke and an amazing offensive line. Dak was asked to make throws off of play action and not expected to do much more. He has came into his own when Zeke struggled and started throwing a lot in the second half, putting up some ridiculous numbers, but there's a reason the Cowboys didn't want to pay him for so long. They knew how many weapons they had, and they just didn't see him as a top 10 quarterback in the league. This does seem like a lot of Dak hate, but I'm here to say I really like Dak Prescott. I think he's good, but if you're telling me the Chicago Bears drafted Fields thinking he'll be a guy that can manage the offense and throw play action but still be run heavy, I think that narrative is false. He has a huge arm, insane legs, and throughout college has shown to be durable and tough and make big plays after taking massive hits and even injuries. We can look to the Michigan game and the Clemson game to prove that. So let's tell you why he's fallen from the second best quarterback all the way down to the 5th best in a lot of people's eyes. The first thing is mechanics, and I will concede this argument. His mechanics aren't as pure or as advanced as I would like to see them, but to me, that is fixable. But moving on, the next thing I want to cover, it has a lot to do with narrative. Narratives are a scary and slippery slope. Once one is made, there becomes a filter. Let's say someone started the narrative that Michael Jordan isn't clutch. They go through film and show all the times on national TV that he missed game-winning shots, buzzer beaters, or missed late-game free throws. Okay, yes, that did happen, but what do your eyes tell you? What do the rest of the film say that doesn't fit this narrative? He doesn't get off his first read. Okay, a few things with that. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he misses someone who is open because he's fixed on the number 1 guy. But most of the time he doesn't. He threw for 70% last year and 41 touchdowns and 3 interceptions the year before. And not to mention, most of the times the number 1 read was open. And this has a lot to do with pre-snap reads, which Dan Orlovsky did a great bit on and showed a protection switch he made, an audible, and then he threw hot and scored a touchdown. This is a very complicated and high-level quarterback play, and it just doesn't fit our narrative. You can make anyone look pretty bad. If you showed a compilation of Tom Brady's interceptions, Peyton Manning's pick sixes, or times Lamar ran the ball when there was someone open. But these are all MVP quarterbacks and the best the game has to offer. Let's look at Justin Fields' tangibles. He can throw the ball 70 plus yards with accuracy. He extends plays and makes something when nothing is there. He makes protection calls at the line, switches from run to pass, pass to run, and torch teams with RPOs, making split-second decisions. He did throw for 6 touchdowns against Clemson in a playoff game, and he has beaten some very good defensive teams. If you want to look at me and tell me look at the Indiana or Northwestern game, okay, but there are a litany of other examples I can point to that draw this game up as a bad game and not a pattern from what I've seen from him. He also took the equivalent of an IQ test for athletes, which 16,000 people were tested. He got got the best score out of anyone, better than Mahomes and Josh Allen. The kid is smart. This Justin Fields narrative has been driving me crazy for quite some time, and it only gets worse because Ohio State quarterbacks haven't fared well in the NFL in the past. Zach Wilson, sure, but Mac Jones and Trey Lance better? No. Dak Prescott 2.0? No. And my ending points were just talking about his arm too. I didn't even bring up his legs, which is a huge part of his game. 4.4, he's going to be outrunning corners if he gets into the open field. He is a pass first guy, so I get it, but the league is a changing and premieres dual threat quarterbacks. He is a special talent, and he keeps getting treated like he's not one. He is not a perfect prospect by any means. He has some developing to go, but all the things and issues and inconsistency are completely fixable. And if he gets out there on the field, you should not fear Andy Dalton, but Justin Fields should scare the living crap out of defenses. But let me know what you guys think. I just really think Justin Fields and Dak Prescott is a bad comparison. If you were to throw Justin Fields into the Cowboys offense right now, I think it would look completely different just because I think they're completely different players. My personal thing is I see someone who's not as fast or twitchy, but a bigger Kyler Murray, someone that has a huge arm, explosive legs, and is durable and tough. I really think they're both very smart quarterbacks, so that's going to be my comparison, even though I don't think we necessarily need to make a comparison. Just look at the film, and then that's who you're getting. And I think the fact that he slipped all the way down so far and we critiqued him, overanalyzed, and put this filter or narrative on him, it's been driving me crazy. And I think he is going to be a top tier quarterback in the position he's at with the Bears. I think he will be better fared off than Zach Wilson will be at the Jets. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like the video if you like videos like these. Make sure to comment down below what you think of Justin Fields, if you think he is Dak Prescott, or what do you think about him going into the draft and after hearing this video. And make sure to subscribe if you enjoy daily sports content. All you guys' support has helped out so much. We are like literally so close to 2,000 subscribers. If you guys want to get me there in the next couple days, that'd be awesome. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.